What is up, guys? What is up? What is up? What is up? A little bit of cardio, adding in more cardio days. We'll kind of do like weights day, cardio day, staying active, lifting weights, eating good. Yo, all right. Back on the bike for our cardio. Whew. So, the thing is, if you're consistently stimulating the system with good nutrition, some days some days you do the cardio, some days you do the heavy lifting, some days you do calisthenics. But think about when you're training, you got to think about if you're training as a hybrid athlete and you want to be able to do all of it, how you split your training and how you eat. It's pretty important, right? Because, if you get too lean, you don't have enough energy to train. If you get too big, you can't move. So ideally, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. We're getting a little bit of cardio in. So within the cardio, I figured I'd go live and chat to you guys a bit. Feel free to type where you're in down below. This is a safe zone. So if you want to talk, get some confessions out, you had a rough day. While I'm doing my cardio, I am a coach and an entrepreneur. Let me talk with you a little bit. Let me get to know you. I'm Coach Chris. I want to be your friend. I want to be your friend. We are cardioing it right now. Type below. You guys let me know. Hello, Nathan. What's up, Nathan? How are you? What up, Nathan? How are you, brother? Oh, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. What you up to, Nathan? How's your day? Welcome to the chat. You having a good day? What did you do today, Nathan? What did you do today? And are you in the United States or another country? All right. Let me get our VO2 up. What did you do today? All right. You in the US? Cool, cool. All right, cool. Are you East Coast? Rubini, what's up, man? Welcome to the chat, Rubini. We are doing our cardio, and while we do cardio, these are my cardio confessions. This is when I talk to you guys. So during the cardio, I'm burning calories, right? Some of you guys, I've noticed, I read a statistic the other day, 3 out of 5 men have mental health issues. And I look around, I see a lot of people who are in pain. So what's up, Rubini? So I figured when we go live on these chats, this is going to be a safe place where you can come in and basically talk, learn. I'm an entrepreneur. I do business. And I also am cutting fat. I'm doing a 60-day fat loss challenge. So hence why we're doing some cardio. Let me know in the comments where you're at. Yeah, and just type. I will engage with each and every one of you. I'm going to engage with you guys. The biggest thing is when you're burning fat is constantly doing some cardio. Like the cardio in small bursts with good nutrition, that's where you burn your calories. Do straight sets when it comes to your weights. And when you lift with the weights, get stronger with the weights. Go faster? No. Why would I go faster? Why would I go faster? My workout, not yours. It's not about how fast you go on the bike, guys. It's about the resistance and the output. No pain, no gain. That is true. No pain, no gain is part of it. But remember, if you're a trainer, or like I am, I actually have clients I train, right? I'm actually a certified strength and conditioning coach. So this is my perspective. There's a lot of different ways to train, right? However, if your goal is to burn body fat, right? Just burn body fat. I'm not trying to become a cyclist. I am literally just trying to burn body fat. So, man to man, yo, what's up, brother? I will tell you, I appreciate the compliment. I do think the stream is awesome. I'm an entrepreneur, musician, play piano, teach business. So for you guys, you ask questions. I know I'm not fat. Who said I was fat? No, I've got decent body fat percentage. I'm 235 pounds. I'm doing the bike just to burn calories. Remember, I am doing a fat loss, and I've been lifting weights here recently again to put on some muscle. Stop touching your phone. Well, no, I'm looking for a good angle on the camera. Laugh out loud. Stop touching your own for one. Now I'm looking for a good angle. I don't have a tripod with me. So yeah, if you want to burn fat and you want to hold on to muscle, there's a certain things you do when you train. I like to do the bike for cardio, and I cut the resistance up. And look, I'm not trying to go really hard. I mean, I will go harder in some of my bike rides, but I'm just burning calories and I'm playing with the resistance. You got to do the calories, you got to lift the weights, and you got to do the cardio. All three of those things. And you got to sleep and recover. What'd you say? You say, what's the secret to always having like 2 views and 1 like? What's the secret? Well, maybe you could tell me what's the secret to being on YouTube for 15 years and only having 5 subscribers, right? Why don't you tell me what your secret is? Why don't you ask yourself, wow, you can take chance and you can learn from me, or you cannot learn from me. It's your choice. You don't want to learn? That's cool. There's plenty of people that come into chats and we have good conversations. I don't go scheduling, I go random, and I've got over 1 million views on my channel. So, and I do this part-time. I only do this as a blog. So, yo, UNC. Hey, what's up, Unc? UNC. Hey, what's up? Yeah, I'm doing good. Sunderland, welcome back, Sunderland. How are you? I want to learn. Well, depends on what you want to do. When you go live on stream, just go live. Just do what you want to do and go talk to people. What's up, Sunderland? How are you, Sunderland? I'm doing some cardio. All right. I'm bumping up my cardio to 2 or 3 sessions a week in between my weight training. Oh, I'm awesome, dude. I started eating some carbs again after my carb cycle. So I found that just eating a little bit more complex carbs gave me more energy, and I could then do more output. Oh, if you want to stream and you're being serious, I'm recomping. Recomp. Technically, I decided not to go on a full-fledged cut. I'm going to do a recomp. So, yeah, that's cool. Thanks for tagging me. I get tagged in a lot of videos, believe it or not. Got 3,500 subs and over 1 million views. I try to get to them. Chances are, if you tag me, I got to it. Yeah, but cardio isn't just about doing cardio. It's more than that. If you're just doing cardio to do long bursts of endurance activity, that type of cardio is different than what I'm doing. I'm doing cardio specifically for fat loss, specifically. And I'm also doing it with a certain nutrition program based on how I eat. And I'm doing weight training on top of it. So I have a strength training routine, a cardio routine, which is separate, and then what I'm eating. And at the beginning of the year, after my surgery, I was down to 200 pounds. I bulked up to 245, and now I'm about 230. So I'm going to stay at 230, 235. Train more athletically, stretching, movement, strength. I'm not a bodybuilder. I train more for longevity. What is this? How you doing, Miss Beautiful Lady? Thank you. Absolutely agree. Just sharing my side. Yeah, walking is underrated. Absolutely. I think walking burns more fat. Walking will burn more fat for someone who's active than other ways, because you got to think, whatever your body is used to doing, it's got to continue to get a stimulus to keep that adaptation. And if you stop doing the resistance and add more cardio and you cut your calories, what's going to happen is you're going to deplete into your energy and your body's not going to go. So you can go low carb temporarily. I have no idea. Did I see the new comment on your video? Maybe. If I did, I'll look into it. I've got thousands. Hey, Sunderland, I've got thousands of comments, but I go through them when I have time. And I think I remember seeing you, Sunderland. I think I remember seeing you. But guys, remember, I'm not a bike racer. I do the bike just to burn cardio, like just to burn fat. The specific cardio you do, how you choose to burn fat is very important. Lift weights and do cardio in separate sessions and use the carbohydrates to fuel you. Nope, all of mine are rear. Hey man, you can say what all you want, but that's 3,500 subs. I've been doing videos for 11 years, and no matter which way you say it, some bots come in, could be bots, but I got a lot of people that come in. You got to remember, it's 1 o'clock in the middle of the week. This is the worst time to stream. I'm only streaming because I'm almost monetized. The more I stream, the closer I get to being monetized. Sunderland, Matthew O'Day, Manhan. So I am a strength and conditioning coach in the Navy. That was my job as an ACFL, to get people in shape, to get them to cut fat. So I did that for like 10 years, and I'm a salesperson too. I do sales, specifically insurance. So if you want to start a business and you want to learn how to do that, you got me here doing cardio as an entrepreneur, ready to share with you, and I'm here to engage with you guys. What will happen when I get monetized? Then I start getting paid every time I do a stream, and at that point, you guys can start giving me donations and super chats. So when I play piano, I play piano sometimes, right? Y'all see me play piano? When I play piano and I teach music theory, people ask to send me donations. And on my description in YouTube, there's a Venmo. There's a spot in my YouTube, in my description box, that links to my Instagram and my Venmo. If you want to donate to me, go to my Venmo and send a donation and just put thanks. Any donation that I receive, I will screenshot it and give you a shout out. Just make sure you put your hashtag in your title. I will shout out in my videos for any donation that's given. No, you say those sores. Those sores are just me from detoxing because I train a lot. I'm always in the gym. I train a lot. You said, why are the dark bags under my eyes? Well, I've been working 18 hours a day between my business and my YouTube and my music. I'm doing 18 to 19-hour days, and I train 6 days a week. The reason I'm a little bit tired is because I'm coming out of a fat phase where I cut my calories too low. So you can judge all you want, but at the end of the day, I got 5 thumbs ups in 15 minutes with 5 views. I'm a business owner, and I keep getting closer to being monetized. So you can think I'm a meth head. I don't do drugs. Instead of doing drugs, I come to the gym and train. So you do you, man. Oh, that's fine. That's what you're here for. ABC. That's why you're the moderator. You feel like someone's inappropriate, give them a warning. But just remember this, as my moderator, don't ban people too long. Ban them for 30 seconds at a time. Don't ban, hey, Sunderland, don't ban too much. Like, ban them and keep them in check. You have the authority as a moderator to have that. Now, the people who are inappropriate, only ban them for 30 seconds to a couple minutes because their chats, every time they chat, their comment affects the algorithm. So what we want, I want a lot of people to engage and chat. And I don't mind if you want to hate on me. I don't mind if you want to call me a meth head, say I have sores on my head, all this shit. You can say whatever you want. I don't care. You don't hurt my feelings. You ain't going to affect me. But just keep it respectful for the other people because these therapy sessions are meant to be a safe spot. Can I make you the best moderator? No. My number one main moderator is Cameron Porter, and he has been with me since my first stream, and that was years ago, and he still is a moderator, so he's just been doing it longer. But I will tell you this, the more you come into my chats, the more engagement that you get. When we start growing and monetizing, I always said if I have good moderators and I start having money come in from these videos, I will start doing prizes and take the monetization money and give it away back to the viewers. Just keep that in mind. Oh, yeah. So, like I said, I know there's going to be trolls. I expect the trolls to come in, but just if someone's going to troll, right? People, listen, let me tell you about life. And tell you, everybody's going to judge you. You have to live life if you want to be successful, right? Like go to the gym, have some muscle, get lean, have a business. You want to make it happen? Okay, well, here's the secret. You're going to be by yourself most of the time. You're going to be alone, right? You're going to have to make things happen. You're going to have to sometimes lose sleep. You're going to have to do a lot of stuff. And you have to consistently push yourself and you have to keep grinding and you have to live life as if no one else around you, their opinion matters. So, it's not an easy thing to do, but I've been able to do it. I'm capable of doing it. So that means that you're capable of doing it. Yes, Sunderland, that's good. Yeah, because once he comes in and out and does those chats. Now, guys, keep in mind, I am a nutrition coach and I'm doing my cardio. And when I do my cardio, we're going to switch to this machine now. Let's switch over here. Remember, remember when you do your cardio, your whole goal of doing cardio, at least for me, is just to burn calories. And I'm getting my VO2 capacity up. So the more VO2 capacity you have aerobically fit, the more you can recover between sets and the more muscle you can build. So being aerobically fit, believe it or not, being aerobically fit is actually pretty important when it comes to building muscle and stuff. Let me cut this TV off real quick. You're a killer and a guy got killed. Exactly. You're the rep for being a dog, Charlie. Doesn't matter what. I know I'm silly. Probably shouldn't, but Whatever, I can't stand having the TV on when I do my cardio. See, I don't like having the TV on. Yeah. All right, said hi. Sunderland said hi. All right. All right. So remember, this is a rest day. So this is my rest day from weights. I trained twice yesterday. Yeah, you can tell me whatever you want. But my rest day, if you see, my rest day involves trying to stay moving. So by moving, I'm walking on an incline. But when you see what most people do, most people walk on an incline like this. They just walk. What I do is I'm actually taking my step and I'm going up on my toes and I'm actually leaning against the machine and I'm going on a higher incline, walking slower and really just stretching the muscles. So I'm going on a 10 degrees incline and I'm stretching. Blah, 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 blah. Yep. Hey, man to man, man to hand. You got it all figured out, brother. You know everything. Yep. You the man, baby. I used not to watch live, but ever since I... Oh, thank you, Sunderland. Yeah, I appreciate that support. That's why you've got the #1 chat. That's why I'll engage with you. Yeah. Man said, on a side note, you definitely don't need to do hard things on your own. Yeah, you do. You're a child. You're a child, man. And then get used to doing hard things on your own if you want to be a business owner. Because no one's there to save you, man. It's you versus you. No, no, that's part of my philosophy. I teach people to want to do hard things, diet, eat less food, like do the hard things other people aren't. But no, I'm always going to teach people how to push because the basic standard, the norm that people are. So, Sunderland, you're #1 because you are sending messages and chats and you're engaging with me. And you've done that more than the other people. But as an athlete, this is what I'll tell you. Train to build muscle and get stronger. Use stability and control weight. And don't forget about cardio and stretching. Remember, the more functional and healthy your body is, what you put in, your mental health, like take Manitin right here. Anyone who's that negative, right, like in the chat, anyone who always has an answer to everything and is always going to be the antagonistic in the conversation, you can already tell they don't train. You can already tell they don't eat good, and they're people who like to spread negativity. You know, I like those people in the chat because they get me views, but guys, there's hundreds of those people, thousands of those people all around you. The key is just to keep being you, and no matter what people say, you just keep being you. Do what you want to do. Start your business. Move it. It's that simple, man. Like, and smile. Take what people say and smile. Like, nobody knows the journey that you've been on, right? Nobody knows the struggles. So keep pushing, lead by example, do sales, and get yourself in shape, man. Well, positivity is very important. Now, you don't want to be so positive that you're delusional and you can't see reality, but staying on the bright side and being positive tends to make things work out in your favor. It's weird in life. You would think it wouldn't matter. Sometimes I think it's like quantum physics. Sometimes it's quantum physics, I think. It's math. It's the observer bout effect. But consciously being positive, consciously saying, okay, seeing the next step in something that can happen in the positive way and focusing on that, you can almost manifest that into reality. It's the weirdest thing. The power of focus and manifestation is something that interests me. All right. I like to put my arms up and fully stretch. And when I'm walking, I'm pushing down and I'm squeezing my glutes. Nice bottle. My Yeti. This is my Yeti Rambler. My Yeti Rambler is a great cup. Boo. Yeah, I unplugged it because it was driving me crazy. Is that all right? I'll plug it back in when I leave. Thanks, Josh. Woo. Yeah. Never going to walk backwards. Yeah. So I always unplug the TV. I don't like watching TV when I train. I like doing streams and focusing on you guys. But yeah, the Yeti Rambler, great cup. Hola. Hola, hola. ¿Cómo estás, amigo? Me gusta pupusas carnitas. Yo, what's up, dude? Doing some cardio. Going live on stream. Inferno Fitness. If you look at the tag and location, we're in Inferno Fitness in Macon, Georgia. So we are in Inferno Fitness in Macon, Georgia right here, doing our cardio. ¿Cómo estás? Dios míos, cállate. ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien, ¿y tú? Muy bien, ¿y tú, güey? ¿Te gusta, güey? Me encanta. Yeah, I used to work in a kitchen with a bunch of Hispanics. Good dudes. I used to wash the dishes all day while they cooked. They cooked, I washed dishes back in the day. Again, why walk on an incline? Muy bien, gracias. Okay, guys, topics of discussion. What is on your mind that you want to learn about? Or let's start a poll. Start a poll. Talking points. Vote. Mental health. Investing. We'll do mental health. Investing, like stocks or stocks. Business. Mindset. Here we go. Couple business conversations. How to improve my pace? What you mean? Like on the treadmill? I have no desire to run. I could run if I wanted to, but running on a treadmill would be counterproductive to my goals. I'm not trying to be a better runner. I used to be a runner. I used to be a competitive runner. When I run, my body gets lean. When I start running, my body gets skinny lean, no matter how much I eat. Not literally, but I burn through it. I have a very fast metabolism. So for me, the extra cardio that I do with walking, I'm walking on an incline, and this is actually a form of resistance. You may not think about it, but if you're not used to walking up hills, right, and actually putting your foot down, because here's what I do. When I walk, I step. I'll cut the speed down. I want to show you guys something. This is a secret. Instead of just stepping like most people do, I step and I actually push through, and I'm literally contracting my legs as I'm walking. So what I'm trying to do is to get a deeper contraction on the muscle, and that movement with the deeper contraction is actually going to get some separation. Hopefully we'll get some separation and delineation into the legs, because that's typically what happens. Remember, one of the things when people train that they don't necessarily understand is you have to contract your muscles. Like, you're not staying super relaxed and loosey-goosey. You're actually getting tight, and make every step have a muscular contraction. Go slower with control. The more you can control, then you can add some explosiveness later. But don't go explosive before you build stability. Build stability and control before you go explosive in your training, especially for aesthetics, right? Now, everybody's different. Everybody's got different genetics. Everybody responds to nutrition different. So one of the things I like to teach is when you're looking to train, find someone who's been in the industry. They've been trained by professionals, and look at where they started and look at where they're at currently, because you'll see a lot of people who naturally are just freak athletes and they really don't know how to train. They're just naturally gifted. Those people, although they look good, you may not want to follow their training. Typically, the training principles that work for the average person are very consistent. Yo, what's up, Ultra? The training principles are consistent, works for the average person. Then you have extremists. What you up, Ultra? What you up to, Ultra? I am walking on an incline, focusing on control. And yeah, this is our rest day. So we're doing some off day cardio. Then we're going to go home. I've noticed that doing the cardio and doing the weights in separate sessions is way better than trying to do supersets all at once. Yeah, if you need to make it happen, the supersets are good. But supersets are great for conditioning. It's great to mix things up. It's great for certain things. But as far as pure muscle, I think a superset tends to work better. I just think when you're, sorry I had a call. Hey, no worries. What's up, Ultra? I think when it comes to training, people are trying to burn fat, build muscle, get stronger, get leaner, all in the same workout. And I don't really like that approach. I like the approach of always doing some form of cardio throughout the week, whether it's walking on a treadmill. If you want to run, you can. Saunas, whatever. You want to get your body used to pumping, put good food in, and then every now and then when you're fully recovered, you want to stimulate muscle growth through volume. And when most people go into the gym, they're not paying attention to their nutrition, how they're eating, how they're training. They're just going into the gym, randomly doing movements, not paying attention to what they eat, and they look the same year after year. You know, if you're doing it right, you should be looking different every few weeks. Getting leaner or getting bigger, you should see it every few weeks if you're doing it right. Right? And what usually gets people is the nutrition. And it's not good food or bad food. It's not the timing. It's just the basic principles of nutrition. Right? You want to teach your body to burn fat more frequently. You go into the gym for 45 minutes to an hour to just really harp on a muscle to stimulate it, then get out, and then do cardio at separate sessions. The cardio and the diet is what's really going to keep the body within certain shape, right? Remember, if you just want to be big, you don't want to be lean, don't worry about the diet. Just go train full body and do that. But if you want to get leaner and aesthetics is your goal, there's a certain way to train for that, you know? So we're on a 15 degrees incline and we're really really focusing on how we're stepping. So just to put it in perspective here, I'll tell you guys right through here. Just to kind of put it in perspective. Whoa, there we go. So, like right through here, a lot of people, they'll just do this. I'm actually stepping, dropping my phone. Remind me next time to bring my tripod. I'll have my tripod next time, guys. I just didn't have it with me this time. I didn't really plan on going to the gym today. I actually Didn't plan on going to the gym at all, but I was out in town. I was like, fuck it. I'll get a little cardio session. But here, all right. So for this, you'll see a lot of people, they'll just do this. Let me twist this over a bit. Okay. So, boom. Go right through there. All right. Can y'all see me good there? All right. A lot of people just do this, or they'll do this. What I do is I slow down the speed and I cut up the incline and I lean forward. And what I'm doing is I'm keeping tension on my legs, and sometimes I'll even push on my tricep. But when I'm walking, remember I'm 235 pounds, guys. I'm stepping and I'm keeping all the tension on my feet as I'm stepping. Most people just do this. They crank up the speed, and this is what most people do. They go. And yeah, if you do this, you will burn some calories and you will do great. But that, to me, is not as effective as actually controlling the movement and get to where you're actually feeling, you're rotating, and treat the cardio almost like a mobility session. So the cardio itself is actually turning into a rehab and mobility session, right? And by doing that, what does that mean? Well, by training this way and keeping the calves, what you'll notice is you get more stimulation on your calves. You get more stimulation on your quads. You get more stimulation on your glutes and hamstrings, right? So it's not just that you do the cardio. The reason why I get leaner than my peers when I want to with my food as a natural, right? Not doing drugs. What I do, it's how I do the cardio. It's the contraction of the muscle, the timing of the carbohydrates. It's literally like, it's almost like 24/7 if you really want to get OCD with it. But it's the attention to that 24/7 that keeps my mind kind of at ease. Studying it, understanding how the body burns fat. But there's some principles as an athlete that you should go by. So, just to put it in perspective, let's look at some photos here. This is a picture of me right here. So, a couple photos here. Right. So, like right through here. Like right through here. You see how we have this? All right. This is a good photo. I've got a few back here. Let me find the one I was looking at earlier. This is me at the gym here. This is the gym I train at, Inferno Fitness. Very good. Coming up through here. This is me right there. So that's me when I'm in the gym and I'm pumped up. But a lot of that's just fluid. So the muscle itself is different than the actual fluid. So as you can see in the picture above, I'm only a few pounds heavier than I am now, like 5-6 pounds, but it's fluid. So you can see the fluid was from a little bit too many carbohydrates. So what I did was I tapered my carbohydrates down. I'm still training, right? Still me, see my star. But it's the difference between how you look in the mirror at the gym and how you look in real life. See, this is me doing cardio, and that was me a couple weeks ago when I was doing a carb load. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right. So, again, getting some good calories burned. I'm not concerned of how fast I go. I'm concerned with over time. Can I go at a higher incline, which I've maxed this machine out? It's not just about going fast. It's about consistently doing the movement. And for walking, one of the things that benefits you about walking and doing it is more of the mobility, because weights is good, but no matter how many weights you lift, you still got to twist and move your body. So some sessions, I like to come in here and just do cardio like this. Some sessions I'll add a stretch. Sometimes I'll add mobility. Other times it'll be strength training. Sometimes it'll be isolation, hypertrophy. Sometimes it'll be calisthenics. But you gotta remember, I'm almost 40 years old, guys. So I'm not in my 20s. Being almost 40, you know, being the amount of weight that I'm holding and the muscle being natural, it's not hard. I could hold more, but it's actually more challenging. So like from the side, nothing crazy, but you can see how the calves and arms are kind of similar. When I do my walking, I really like to twist and stretch during my walks and do it like this. I like to lean. I like to push up on my calf. And I treat the movement like more like an athletic event that I'm prepping, right? And just that simple little movement goes so far on your physique, right? It really does. Talking points. Vote is mindset. Okay, so mindset training. Okay, so what do you want to know about mindset? What do you want to know about mindset? Topics for discussion. I didn't put anything in there, but yeah, just start naming off topics of discussion. It seems like mindset's pretty good. I can teach you about mindset. I can teach you that. Mindset is one of my favorite things to talk about, right? So the poll is kind of BS. I just said, just type what you think. You can answer yes or no, but what is it about a mindset? It's not easy. You have to play a game with life. The game of life is pretty simple. You have to play a game where you create yourself as a character, and the character that you create is in a movie, and then you film the perspective as if you're the main character of the movie and people are watching. That's a good perspective to have. Or just don't think, just keep moving. If you're someone whose thoughts really get to them, stay moving. Find something to keep your mind busy. Keep your mind busy. Let's start a new poll. In poll, in poll, in poll. Start a new poll. All right. So, guys, if you stop in, just briefly, give a thumbs up. We're at 44 minutes for my cardio. The cardio is being done. Why? Well, simply put, adding cardio on my rest days helps me recover. I don't go super hard, and I feel like it helps me build more muscle. I know this is weird, but I'm one of those people who I'll train all day. I used to be an endurance athlete. It actually makes more sense that if you're going to train more endurance and contract like I'm doing and do all this movement, it makes a little bit more sense to track certain things, but it's more about making progress and having good nutrition. Remember, your body has fat on it. Sometimes you burn fat, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you burn glucose, right? I like to do the walking on the incline because this is at a point where I can still talk, but I'm still feeling that fat burn. I'm not trying to overexert myself. I know it sounds crazy, but think of the people that are always doing cardio, always going like this, and they're at the gym. They typically look stressed. Your body can only take so much stress. And yes, your body can take more than what you think. Yes, this is true. But in order to get your body to get lean and muscular, do the cardio and do the weights in separate sets and do straight sets. And focus on a more quality contraction. And don't always pay attention to full range and short range of motions and stuff. Sometimes you want a larger range of motion. Sometimes you want a shorter range of motion. Right? Anyways, topics of discussion: entrepreneurship, business, all sorts of stuff. Going on 46 minutes, 5 thumbs ups, 1 viewer. Probably not one of the best streams, but it's also was 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I had a business meeting, decided to knock out some cardio. Figured I'd go live for maybe 46 to an hour. And every little minute of someone watching is a step closer to monetization. I think I need 1,800 hours. So I need 180 people. I need 1,800 people to watch for an hour, or I need everybody to come through and just start spamming my stuff. And then once I get monetized, that'd be cool. But I might play some piano later. It's something that I'll try to get into, play some piano later. Just wake up and play some music and some piano. That sounds fun. That sound fun to you? Durga, 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 Durga. All right. Durga, Durga, Durga. Durga, Durga, Durga. All right. Stretching, keeping it above. Stretching the chest. Tony, just doing some light cardio to really pump blood around does wonders for hypertrophy. It's the missing element to my training for so many years. Don't do supersets all the time, guys. Nothing wrong with them, but if you have the time, do the straight sets. Focus on progressive overload or straight sets, and do cardio at separate sessions, and focus on your nutrition. If you do that, you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed at how your body will respond to training. Now, especially for the average person who's not like a Division I athlete, you know, there's different types of ways to train, and between the diet and everything, you know, step off for a second. We'll put down this to here. Whew. Alrighty. So, whew. Yeah, here we go. So, anyone who's here, this is the current physique update. Again, nothing crazy, but we got some calves in there. All right. Again, working on keeping that waist tight, wide shoulder. You know, we had the twist there. So that's kind of keeping the shoulders wide, keeping the diet in check, not eating too much, keeping the waist trim. Those are those are all things that paying attention to. Oop, nope, I'm going back real quick. Oops, excuse me. Add, pull, get lean. What's your goal? Lean, bulk. All right, there you go. What's your goal? Lean or bulk? Lean down. GN, good nay. Rubini, good night. What's up, Rubini? He said good night. Hey, good night. Have a good sleep. He said get lean. Okay, well, let's have a conversation. Guys, I am really considering opening up a fitness app. And my fitness app will allow me to train you guys, because I am a professional trainer. Believe it or not, I am a certified strength and conditioning coach, a former ACFL for the U.S. Navy, and my job was to take people and put them on diets to get them to lose fat. I did that for almost 8 years. So, 8 years of measuring people and getting them to lose body fat, I learned a couple things. So, come into the chat. This is a safe spot. We talk about nutrition, music therapy, business. I'll be your Uncle Chris. That's cool. I believe founding father 1776. I'm Coach Chris, Uncle Chris, investment coach Chris, Chris Whitehead Poker, all me, all my aliases. So now, for you guys, y'all just let me know what you want to discuss on the forum, and we'll keep it rolling. But getting leaner, if you want to get leaner, who's ever voted, what are you currently eating? And what are you currently doing to get lean? Because this is my specialty. I'm the only person in my family that's not fat. The only person. Everybody else is fat and obese. Except for my mother. But she struggles with her weight a lot. I'm the only person in my family that stays lean. Everybody else is obese and overweight. And I don't have the same habits as them. So take it from someone who's from an obese family, where everyone in the South drinks sweet tea and diabetes. I get it. Disease, all the diseases come from sugar and inflammation and processed food and garbage. I get it. But nutrition and training is a lifetime investment. I sell life insurance as well. And I train people. Investing in your health is probably the best thing that you can do in your life. And invest in your body. Do cardio, eat clean, lift weights, feel better. I'm telling you, man, do cardio. Do cardio. Don't do cardio that exhausts you. Do cardio that gets you in a fat burning zone. Get locked in and just kind of stay there. And just know that all that extra movement and all that extra calorie burn, it's not going to fatigue you. Cardio should not fatigue you so much that when you go lift the weights, that your performance goes down too much. Your performance is going to go down a little bit. That's a given. That's a given. But the question is, how do you put enough fuel in your body to train hard? Just cut out the junk food, man. Like, you'll be amazed at what your body can do if you just cut out the junk food. Stop drinking. Stop smoking. Cut out the junk food. Eat whole food. Start going to the gym and treating it like a spa. Don't kill yourself. Just go in there, learn to stimulate, not annihilate, and make the gym a frequent place to go to relieve stress, but never overexert yourself. Now, if you're a power lifter, strongman, sometimes you're going to have to exert yourself. But even in your training, your best lift should not be in the gym. You should be training to prepare for a best lift to peak in competition. So what I'm getting at is there's a lot of variables with diet, nutrition, and training. And if you're not familiar with them, get a coach. Get a coach. Not a coach who went online and just got a certificate and has no clients. Take someone who has a background in training athletes or military, like myself, and writing meal plans. So much of what you do in here and how you look is going to be dictated on your aerobic capacity. Like, are you in shape? Can you continue to move? Right? Like walking on a 15 degrees incline. I've been walking now for 56 minutes. Right? Now we're going to get off and go to the bike. The cardio is going to stimulate your appetite. The appetite is great because now with a more stimulated appetite, you can eat more food. And as long as the food that you eat is calorically dense, like calorically dense, nutrient dense, and lower calorie, like rice, eggs, chicken, steak. Let's say chicken more than steak. Right? You'll notice you can increase your performance and stay leaner. Right? You're trying to increase your performance and get your body to maintain a base level of strength, eating a certain amount of food. It's kind of counterintuitive, but like if you wanted to be the best athlete in the world, I would not get too lean. Yeah. All right. Personally, I wouldn't get too lean if I wanted to be my best athlete. But if I want to look a certain way and get lean, I want to contract the muscle to a certain level of quality. Right? I want to contract the muscle to a certain level of quality. And that can be done with heavy weights, right? But it can also be done not just with heavy weights, but through tension. All you have to do is put tension on portions of the body. It's not about reps. It's not about this or that. It's about putting tension on a portion of the body, controlling it, progressing over time, right? Progressing with more tension or more external load. Doing that over and over again, okay? Once you do that over and over again, your body will adapt to it, right? The only thing bad is like I had one cheat meal after going super low carb, and after one cheat meal, this is what happens. See that? One cheat meal where I ate some ice cream and I ate a Baconator as a cheat meal 2 days ago, boom, started breaking out. So the cleaner the food you put in your body, then when you get used to that fast food, all that grease and all that bad shit, every time I eat it, I break out. I just had a cheat meal where I got a Baconator. I went 6 days with no carbs and lost like 20 pounds of fluid. I was feeling like shit. Don't ever do that. And then after 6 days of no carbs, I was dying, so I threw in a huge cheat meal, right? And the next day, I had these sores. So when I train and do cardio, I push that stuff out. I'm telling you, sugar and all those toxins, every time you get it out of your body and then you reintroduce it, you always break out. At least I do. So moral of the story, if you're going to have a cheat meal like that, keep the carbs clean. Keep the carbs clean. That's what I would say. Alrighty. Boom, boom, boom. All right, let's pump up the pace a little bit now. Got the heart rate back down. So we're not going crazy. Again, I am in here just to burn some calories. I know a lot of people are about performance and all this and that. Yes, performance is great, all this and that, but performance is so much based on nutrition. I care about more long-term sustained caloric burn than one day where I just kill it. Because if you load up on carbs and you come in here and you absolutely kill it, right, you can train yourself too hard and too hard to recover. If you know how to train, like if you really know how to push yourself, you can push yourself to the point of injury. So when you want to have like that wide shoulder, keep the weights tight, hold the muscle, if you're going for that type of look, there's so many variables to consider. It's your diet, it's your nutrition, it's your cardio, it's your strength routine. It's all those things put together. So it's not just one thing, guys. Next question. Next question. I used to be 300 pounds, so I may not know what I'm talking about, but I have lost 80 pounds. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. Well, the thing is, when it comes to your cardio, it's not about moving, it's about contracting muscle. So just because you move doesn't mean you're using your glycolic energy system. You have to actively contract the muscle to get an aesthetic change in how the body sees itself. And carbs don't make you fat. Nah. Too many calories make you fat. 4 calories, 1 gram of protein, 4 calories, 1 gram of carb, 9 calories and 1 gram of fat. Therefore, a lipid-based molecule has 60% more density. Therefore, if you're training, there's no problem with eating sugar. Sugar is a saccharide, mono and polysaccharide. It's broken down into glucose and fructose, stored into the liver and muscle glycogen. And as long as you store the sugar in the muscle glycogen in the muscle, you can use the glycogen for anaerobic activity through the phosphate energy system, which is what ATP is for, adenine triphosphate. So, in conclusion, it's pretty simple. Eat carbs, increase performance, right? But don't overdo it. And train for your goal. If you're a powerlifter, strongman, aesthetics, athlete, runner, football, basketball, sprinter, lacrosse, track, athlete, mom, weekend, dad, train for your goal. If you don't have a goal and you don't know what you're doing, you're probably not going to get results. So now in the fitness store, I have a fitness program. I'll send you to my website. The link is in here. Programs are on sale. Go in there, buy one. Promo code Coach Chris. Give you 25% off. The main thing that's going to save your physique is your nutrition. 80% of how you look is what the hell you eat. Nobody believes me when I say this. Yes. Let's go get some water. So, going to reload on water. No weights today, only cardio. Too depleted for weights. We trained yesterday. Gonna load up, get some more complex carbs and train in the morning. But not a good time right now because remember, we're slightly in a deficit. So we have to be careful how we're spending energy right now. I'm not all about just go, 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 go. I'm more strategically with the calorie basis. Mm-hmm. And we're back. So Yeah, we're about like 65 minutes. Only like between the bike, about 500 calories burnt. Remember, I don't care about burning as many calories per hour. I know a lot of people think that higher output, yes, higher output will perform certain, but it's not just about output. It's about the contraction, the contractile output. See, if you walk with your legs like this, you're just using your hip joint. If you bend your knees and you actually learn to contract your legs as you walk and walk slower, you'll get more tie-ins in your glutes and hamstrings and calves. Right? You can keep really good leg development. You won't be as large as someone who's strength training, obviously, but you can keep really good detail and development from pushing as you walk. And then save the fast pacing for sprints, to where you do sprints in a separate session. So you do the cardio on a rest day to pump blood, do some mobility, but it's preparatory for the lower body sprint day. Sprints are a key component because your legs are so large. So if you do sprints twice a week, in addition to weight training and slow paced cardio, and you're eating whole foods, if you're not getting lean doing that, then something's wrong. You should be able to achieve 12 to 15% body fat just doing that. Measure rice, white rice, start 50 grams at a time. 50 grams is 1/4 of a cup. 1 cup is 8 ounces. 50 grams, right? 50 grams, 8 ounces, 1/4 of a cup. 50 grams of rice, and then find the protein source. Eggs and low-fat cheese. Egg, cook, over rice, low-fat cheese, Tabasco sauce. If all you eat is that during the right training program, you will get lean. Now, you want to add in fiber, fruits, and veggies, but those are auxiliary-based foods. Stan Efferding, who's known as the White Rhino, Stan Efferding has a diet called the vertical diet, and it works really well if you're performing. Remember, some days you go into the gym, you're not performing. Like, you're not going into the gym to just kill yourself. You're giving your body a stimulation. It's constant bouts of specific stimulation in addition to precision nutrition with optimal training, frequency, volume, intensity. All those paired together with adequate rest is what you have to balance in order to maintain the physique, at least for me. And all my family is obese and overweight. I'm the only person in my family that's not fucking obese. Only one. Maybe I know what the hell I'm talking about. I don't know. Sure, it's all genetic. It's all genetic. It's not 15 years of training. It's all genetic. Yep, all genetic. Now, what's the goal part? Get lean, get lean, get lean. Everybody wants to get lean. Okay. So, what are you doing to get lean, and why? Why? MC. Why is it not working? Put into the comments. What are you doing now to get leaner? Tell me what you're eating, how many times a day, your height, your weight, types of food, budget, training. Right here live on stream, get you a pen and paper. I'll write you a workout program, because even if I tell you the program, you won't follow it. Because if I'm not there to show you how to do the movement, most people won't push themselves without me there. Because if you could already push yourself and do it, you would be doing it. Most of my clientele, they typically hire me as an accountability, someone who tracks their nutrition and keeps them accountable. This is why when you start going to the gym, having a workout partner to hold you accountable is very important, because you will let yourself down before you let down someone else. Makes sense? Accountability buddy. It's like if you have a dog. You may hate life, you may be depressed, you have no dog. Boom. You get a dog, all of a sudden that little bit of responsibility gives you something to work towards. Happiness and dopamine is tied together to a simple package of responsibility. Most people are lazy. Hence why I'm here on Sunday nights and Saturday nights instead of the bars. Because with my culture, what I teach you is go out and have fun, but your future self is waiting for you, and your future self is paved with little bitty decisions, and to get to there requires a lot of consistency and discipline. Sucks, but that's just how life works. Simple as that. By the way, guys, shout out, put down below. Looking for a trainer? My app is almost done. Go to the store, download it. 750,000 food items from PayPal, not PayPal, from 750,000 barcodes, scan food, track it, accountability, coaching, pricing all through there. Download the app, pay the plan, and then you can have the chance to work with Coach Chris. And then maybe, if you follow me on YouTube, we can do a live stream. We can talk live about how it's been when you do my training program. Because my training programs are the shiznit. I got training programs 3 days a week, 2 days a week, 4 days a week, 5 days a week, custom nutrition plans, diets, recipes, all done. All from moi. Say, well, you're just this little skinny guy who knows nothing. Listen, I've had injuries. Look, guys, I'm 235 pounds. I've been training a lot most of my life. Wasn't an athlete, more of an endurance athlete. But I did figure out in the Navy, training people, I kind of figured out what works for me to maintain at almost 40 years old, to maintain my physique, which is got legs, wide shoulders, lean waist. So yes, a little bit of genetics involved, but to keep the physique and to maintain at 40 years old, there is kind of a plan because the rest of my family doesn't look like me, right? So I'm not saying I look great, but what I am saying is compared to where I started and where I'm at, I've made hella progress. And that progress came from going to school, training others, training myself. It's kind of understanding and really learning how the human body works. And here we are now. Burn calories, lift weights, get lean. Here, do the cardio, and you eat the food, you will get leaner. And then the strength training is just to hold the muscle. Just keep a basic level of strength while maintaining your body's active ability, and focus on nutrition. Nutrition is really important. Nutrition is so important. All right, so stream is good. Now, got a little bit about that in there. I'm gonna do a little bit. Now, guys, thank you for the cardio session. Now, I'm gonna go knock out what needs to be done. Hope you guys are good. God bless, stay good. Coach Chris.